Well, definitely a rough start to day 2. It almost feels like it's like a day 10 check. We finally come up on another coon here. We went 5 for 5 on the highway again, and then this is the first one in what, 12 stops probably. Been quite a bit, but pretty rough start, but it is what it is. And this one we got snapped off up here on the hole shot, but at least we got one more 220 coon for us. Oh, well, we got a nice one here. He's kind of a really dark color. Really dark color. Just coming right down from this telephone pole. The trail's there. It's not huge. It's not one of those crazy mud, really, you know, a lot of traffic on it. But, you know, we're going to pick up 2, maybe 3 coon just like this and then move on. These poles are normally good for a couple, you know, nice big bores, especially up on dry ground like this. So get him taken care of, get down the road before I get ran over by this maintainer. Ooh, we got a coon here, and we got another coon here. Definitely a couple little ones, but I will take them. You know, it's not the biggest, but these 220s, they don't discriminate. They're going to take whatever comes through. So get these guys out of the conibears and get down the road. Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell here in the camera, but we got ourselves a really nice, pretty skunk. This is number 3 for the year, and all of them have really good white stripes. Had a double here. This is actually where I left my GoPro, and we went to like 10 stops before I had to circle back and go get it. But real nice skunk here. We're just going up here to still standing corn. On the other side of the road, it's hard to tell from here, but we got a nice draw coming up. Nice little wooded draw is all it is. Just setting these things over and over and over again, guys. That's all we're doing, but real pretty skunk. Well, coming up on this pole and standing corn, I couldn't tell anything, but I can see where my muskrat stand is, and there's nothing, no trap around it anymore. So going down here in the ditch, flop down, we got a coon, which is all right. Not a bad sized coon here, not the biggest, but just coming through this tube. Quite a bit of water on the other side. This actually got, I'm surprised this caught, because there's still quite a bit of water in this, but it's starting to go down a little bit. But their trail just wraps up here through the timber, going up to corn on the other side. So timber to corn, timber to timber, repetition, guys. That's all we're doing, same thing over and over. But he's hiding from us now, so this will be interesting. Well, things are starting to pick up for us a little bit. I don't know, we've went a few stops now and been more consistent, but it's funny how these things go. Like in certain areas it'll just be absolutely dead, and then, you know, the next half's going to be awesome, and then the next day it's the complete opposite. Never really understood why, but it is what it is. So hopefully it keeps picking up for us. I'd love to come home with, you know, 55, 60 coon, but well, that's gonna be a big stretch today. But on the same side though, if we do have a short day, it's time to set more traps. So that's kind of the plan for right now. But you know, this is actually going up here to beans, but there's enough little timber. There's an old pond here at one point, just enough appeal to pull them up onto this side of the road. So don't expect a whole lot here, but we'll pick up 2 or 3 hopefully. Well, we had one really pretty skunk here yesterday. I got another one today. My buddy Mickey's riding along with me, helping me out. So is my buddy Jackson. He skinned everything last night, so he's got time, but he'll be getting back to work here soon. I'm not gonna let him play too long. No, we're it's starting to pick up, guys. You know, I get nervous about it a little bit when things slow down, but she's picking up and we'll do all right. So really pretty skunk. Really pretty skunk. We got another one here yesterday that was just as pretty, but yeah, man, that's a good skunk. So well, one of my favorite locations. We filmed this a lot last year. Big timber with the river behind me, and today's trophy, 2 possums. Well, possums moved pretty good last night. I think that's probably what, 10, 11 now, something like that. Yeah, we're stacking up the possums, I guess. But I got a small market for them, so these are pretty good size, so we'll end up taking them with us. But gonna keep moving, guys. Hopefully it keeps picking up for us. This is one of those spots I kind of struggle with a little bit. So we got this whole kind of timbered roadside here, timber all the way down. The other side of the road's actually beans this year. But you'll find lots of these trails coming across. This is kind of on the bottom side of a bigger tree, but there's probably 10 minor trails that come down this, and I just kind of pick the best one and go from there. And today we got us a real nice coon. So But there's, yeah, lots of trails on these guys. It's kind of hard to distinguish, but this is my 4th year trapping this area, so I kind of got it figured out now. But it definitely takes some experience of the terrain, of knowing the terrain of what you're looking for, to figure out what trails are going to work and which ones aren't. So get him taken care of, get out of here, guys. We got a big day planned. Well, we might not be having a whole lot of coon today, but we're getting a lot of these skunks. This is number 3 for the day, and we're only probably just shy of a quarter of the way through, so good day. This is also that electric fence post area going up there to that brush pile and timber. I'm coming from a cattle lot, so we'll get him dispatched and get down the road. But man, another big beautiful skunk. He's even got a small black spot on the back of his head, kind of neat. Every one of these has just little different, you know, colors and characteristics. They're pretty unique animals. But we're gonna get down the road, fellas. There we go, first one in this trail. This trail has normally been pretty good to me over the years. Actually, this trail is where I caught my very first fox in a dog-proof trap. My son was with me, hadn't had a lot of trapping experience, and I pulled over and said, go check that trap, what's in there. He goes, it's a fox. And I said, there's no way, it's a dog-proof trap, it's not a fox. Pretty sure it's a fox. I said, there's no way it's a... So I got out kind of frustrated. I'm like, oh, no kidding, that's a fox. I was pretty shocked by that, but it was pretty cool. Sure, you know, all these trails like this, they have some kind of memory for me on them. You know, when you pull over, there something happened here, something cool or unique, or a special color phase of an animal. But anyway, that sun's getting high, it's starting to get warm, and we're gonna keep moving. But really nice trail here, just going down to a bottom, crossing into a timber lot on the other side of the road. Well, we filmed this spot yesterday. Right in here I should be able to see my stabilizer, and I do not. Peek over the hill, and we got the 220 coon. Walk over the other side of the road, we got dog proof. We got a nice coon over here too. So nice double. You know, once in a while I'll throw a 220 and dog proof on the same side, but you got to, you know, make sure that distance they can't reach one. So you get, you know, catch one on the dog proof, and then you end up foul catching them in a 220 or something by the hind end. So this works pretty well. I like it a lot, and we got 2 coon going back to the truck. So things are starting to pick up, but I'm getting hungry, so we're gonna have to stop and grab something to eat here pretty soon. But throw them back to the truck, get down the road, fellas. This is quickly becoming one of my favorite trails. We did really good on it last year. This is the one I think I said I went like 7 for 7 on or something. Don't look like much, guys. I mean, you can see it here, but once you get into that timber, it don't look like much. The other side of the road, actually, I mean, it's really, I mean, you can see it, but it's not one of those ones that sticks out like crazy that you think would just be a phenomenal spot. Small and subtle, but you know, it's consistent. We're taking coon after coon off of it. So one of those spots I'm going to mark is, you know, we set this every single year regardless of crop rotation. But we're gonna get him out of the trap and get down the road. You know, these first 2 days, our 220s have been putting a smack down on these things. You can tell we got a couple tracks coming through here yet too. Could be the ones I'm catching, but that fresh rain really got things going. Just a timber to timber location is all it is. Find little spots down roads like this. You know, it's another spot where you're gonna have probably 10 or 12 trails just in this little quarter-mile section here. But find the best ones that you can and set on them, and figure out which ones are gonna produce year after year and which ones are just kind of a seasonal thing. But gonna get this coon taken out of here. He's actually a really nice coon. I'll show you how I had it set up. Our size, I think, is definitely getting a little better today than yesterday. Yesterday we had quite a few small ones. We ended up not bringing home, I think it was 10 of them is what we came up with. Try not to moon everybody on camera here. My rat stretcher. Press it, get it down in there. And it's kind of hard to tell, but right here is a little step up, and I just want to sit on that because then they're going to go right up and into it, I feel. I actually prefer not to set these on flat ground if I can. I don't know, when it's flat, I think they have more options to kind of go around things versus when they're kind of on an incline, it kind of forces your hand. If you're on flat ground and come up to a log, you can kind of go anywhere. But when you're on incline, you know, you're gonna pick one path and go down it. Just my opinion, who knows if it matters or not. But we'll kind of block him in a little bit, and we're good for another one tomorrow. Well, we got a nice coon possum double here. Possum's hiding on us a little bit, but I think there's really something with these cedar trees, guys. So, you know, we got a little bit of a wooded draw here with several trees up and down it, but it seems like they really gravitate towards the cedar trees. Sometimes they're the biggest tree, sometimes they're not, but I don't know if it's just a cover thing or a protection, or they can climb them easier. I'm not sure what it is, but these things definitely have a, you know, kind of gravitate towards the cedar trees when they're crossing the road. On the other side of the road here, we've got a farm entrance right behind my truck, but a nice wooded draw that comes up, and I actually didn't even see a trail down there in the bottom. Everything kind of comes up the side here by my truck and wraps around and goes right down the draw and the fence line here. So gotta get him taken care of and move on down. Well, guys, we're set up here on this bottom with a nice cattle lot over here, pasture ground. Right here is where my pogo was. Whether it was me not getting it deep enough or just leverage, we had a raccoon get in this tree, and he pulled my pogo out. We just dispatched him, but luckily he got that pogo all tangled up through this tree and didn't run off on us. Completely my mistake, but you got to watch this stuff. You know, double check everything you do. You know, we're on a pretty good little slope here, so you know, he probably got some leverage running downhill too, but it's still 100% on me to make sure that anchor stays in the ground. Mistakes happen. We do everything you can to minimize it. We just got really lucky on this one. Good? Good. We call that a bonus. Well, we got a pair of dog proofs here on this absolutely awesome trail going up to a small grove of evergreens. We got beans on the other side of the road, but this trail is just awesome. How we haven't got anything in this yet, I have no idea. But and see, here's another reason. Like I said, I fill these things all the way full. We're down to about half. So in 2 days, it's taken these mice, you know, 2 days to clean out half of it. It's still enough, you know, a coon comes down through here, it's going to catch his attention still. But, you know, if I only filled that half full, I'm refilling this every single day. Just my strategy, how it works for me. Doesn't work for everybody, obviously, but just kind of how I do it. But anyway, we're going down the road. We got a lot of traps to check yet, and hopefully a lot more to get out. Get my shadow out of the way. Got a pretty decent coon here. Yeah, I didn't really tear it up much like they normally do. Got an old abandoned house and such up here on the hill, so I figured it was just a matter of time before this produced. Trail coming right down the pole here. I'll tell you, we've actually done pretty good today, all things considered. I mean, we're lower on numbers, but we're getting a few in here. I was hoping for 50, but that might not be happening. But we still got a really good road left ahead of us, and we're going to be setting more. So also another spot for this trail, you know, you see where he's going on the other side. We got a group of cedar trees and then a pond behind it. So just, you know, working our way down the roads, guys, looking for signs like this. Nothing in this dog proof today. Some of these roads though, you gotta watch out. You really need to put a flag on that one. That goes down there a ways. Always got to be watching. Pretty baffled. Really good trail here going to corn. Nothing in these dog proofs. On the other side we got one at 220, a pretty good coon, but just coming from this little wooded draw here, we got the entryway guarded with the 220 right here, and then down on the bottom is where we're connected with one. But this is my favorite road to trap. We're hopefully gonna pile up a lot of coon on this. All right, guys, we got this trail going down through here. I thought it kind of looked like deer, but I figured, you know, those dry land coon, they're coming up over the top as well. This is the best spot for them. And we actually did catch one here yesterday on the opener. But what I did notice yesterday too was I did miss this. I did misread this. because right here is your raccoon trail going down. It's part of it, you know. You're gonna miss trails, you're gonna make mistakes. It's all part of the learning game. I've actually traveled this road for a long time, and I've never seen this, so lesson learned. And we'll probably get that trap pulled, moved over here, and move on, and hopefully pick up a few more off this. Well, we're starting to wrap up the day here, guys, on one of my better spots. This is a good late season location for me too. A good timber draw to another timber draw. Real thick areas, real good denning areas. These are one of the spots on my my paper I circle, because I'm going to trap this late season too. We'll come back here and throw a couple traps in as well. But wrapping up the day, we had 2 coon here yesterday, another coon, possum, double. Back to the truck, you know, we've got some fur in here. Not what I was exactly hoping for, but we got some, so we'll see what we end up with. We'll get the rest of this line ran and get home. Whew, we are hustling, guys. Setting a new section today, trying to get as much of it done as we can. We got a really good spot here with 4 220s blocking 4 trails. Well, I should say 1 trail, but we are moving. We've got to hustle. We don't have much time left in the day. I gotta get back home, so driving on, guys. All right, guys, so we ended up coming home with 35 coon today. Definitely disappointing compared to where we were at, or what I was hoping for. But that's part of it, you know. It's not always going to be exactly what you want. Very low. I was hoping to be at least 50, but full moon, clear sky, just didn't work out. But luckily, because it was so slow, we got out another 80 fresh sets, like 45 locations or 40 locations, something like that. So hopefully tomorrow is going to be a really good day. I feel actually pretty good. It's kind of nice having Mick and Jackson helping me today on the line. It was a lot of fun. You know, I run solo most of the time, but it's good to have some people to just kind of shoot the bull with and have some company. So anyway, we're gonna start skinning these suckers. I'm gonna say bye to the family who's headed to Israel here in about an hour, and we'll see you guys next time.